Tonight on News 5 Live, Joint operation nets pirate ring operating in Belize and Honduras. Hotel bookings pick up as Belizeans plan Easter staycations. And police reach out to gang members. Details of these stories and more coming up in tonight's newscast.
It's a fact that you can access unlimited services with Smart. Tired of being measured or cut off when you need to be connected? It's a fact that when you sign up for Smart's Plus plan, you get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data. And it's a fact that you can sign up with your group of up to 5 members for Smart's Share plans and up to 40 members for Smart's Enterprise plans for unlimited talk, text, and data. Smart has the true unlimited plans. That's a fact. Be smart and live smart.
In these challenging times, the one thing that is certain is that the Belize Bank Limited is here for you. There is nothing more important than your health and safety, and we continue to make every effort to make banking safer for you. Our staff is working around the clock to make sure you can do your banking conveniently 24/7 using our mobile banking app and online banking and keeping ATMs up and running. We value your relationship with us and are here to provide the support you need. First responders are also out there 24/7. Thank you, healthcare workers, security forces, firefighters, caregivers. You are all appreciated. Stay safe. We will get through this together. The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
Preventing the spread of COVID-19 at work requires that businesses of all sizes and sectors put safety and health first. Managers and employees should conduct risk assessments to identify critical areas and procedures that put lives and businesses in danger. Here are 6 tips for creating a safe and healthy working environment. 1. Identify potential sources of virus transmission. 2. Determine who might be infected and how. 3. Discuss and decide prevention and control measures. 4. Make sure the safety equipment being used is right for the situation. 5. Implement, communicate, and test measures. 6. Keep records, review measures, and update when necessary.
We must all do our part to slow the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
For more information, visit www.covid19.bz. A message from the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the National Trade Union Congress of Belize in collaboration with the International Labor Organization.
That's the sound of fuel efficiency. Every day, every time, I choose Una Fuels powered with Dynamix. Una, a brand committed with the future.
It's been a year of lockdowns, losses, and separation from loved ones. As life slowly begins to return to normal, Channel 5 invites you and your family to join us on TV, Facebook, or YouTube for a News 5 special report from panic to pandemic. COVID-19 a year later, we look back at the people, the events, and the struggle Belizeans will never forget. Thursday, March 25th at 8 p.m. right here on Channel 5.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening. Welcome to News 5 Live for Wednesday, March 24th. I am Marlene Cuellar. On Tuesday, a group of sea pirates were detained in Puerto Cortes, Honduras. Believed to be the masterminds behind the attacks at sea in southern Belize, 6 Belizean men and 2 Honduran nationals were captured during a sting operation carried out by law enforcement officers from that neighboring country. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
The Belize Coast Guard, along with its partner agencies, have been working around the clock to track and capture the persons behind what has been an increase in criminal activity at sea. The coastal pirates had an organized network and worked between Belize and neighboring Honduras, where stolen engines and products can be sold in exchange for guns and drugs.
We've been not only collecting the information, but we've been connecting those information. So we collect the dots and we connect the dots. We've been working very closely with our Honduran counterparts, as we know that these guys were in Honduras. We knew where they were. We were able to assist the Honduran authorities to vector in on these criminals, on these sea pirates. And thank God yesterday that strike operation was conducted where they were arrested and found with the items that you mentioned.
The strike operation was conducted in the Baja Mar community of Puerto Cortes and led to the arrest of 6 Belizean men and 2 Hondurans.
De Baja Mar, que eran los de Belice, pues detuvieron 6 personas.
In the area of Baja Mar is where the 6 Belizeans were detained. We confiscated 6 boat engines and we believe that they were responsible for the robbery of engines to traffic drugs. These persons are being dealt with by immigration officials so that they can be expelled from the country.
The Belizean detainees are Jaime Norberto Coote, Vincent Erson Martinez, Fernando Avila, Justin Floyd Palacio, Jeremy Wayland Leslie, and a 17-year-old minor, all reportedly from southern Belize. All are well known to local law enforcement.
We have come in contact with them. We know their respective area of operation. We were able to determine how they operate, what was their modus operandi, and as I mentioned, their associates, their foot soldiers. And so while some of the key members have been detained and arrested, we will go after these foot soldiers. And our intent, Dwayne, and I say this without apology, our intent is to crush them. We know that there are times when the criminal element who operate here, that their Honduran counterparts come into our sea spaces. In fact, one of the Hondurans that have been detained is a key member of the Honduran cartel. So, like I said, Dwayne, this is significant for us, but by no means is this the end.
For some time now, southern Belize has been the target area for sea pirates who have been robbing fishermen of their products and boat engines. In a most recent incident, a private island resort off the Placentia Peninsula was invaded and the owner shot multiple times before the men escaped with his boat and an undisclosed amount of items.
We know that it's not only about the guys who are in Honduras. We know that they are associates of this group who still are here in Belize. Last week we were able to locate one of their vessels. We were also able to locate the engine from the vessel that was stolen from the shooting victim in Placencia. So all these things law enforcement has in custody, and we will continue to pursue the associates of this criminal element. We will not stop, and I want them to know that the Coast Guard is at war, and we will go after them. We will ensure that these guys face the penalties of the law. This is only the first phase of the operation that we have designed, and we will continue to, like as I mentioned, relentlessly pursue the criminal element who wants to or who have committed crime in our sea spaces.
Today, the detainees are being processed by Interpol and Honduran authorities. They will then be taken into custody by Belizean authorities, where a slew of charges is expected to be leveled.
I've been informed that coordination is currently underway for them to be handed over to the Belizean authorities. So that's where we currently are with that particular situation. There are several offenses that can easily be identified. So I know that's a matter that our police counterpart will deal with. And I have full confidence in the capabilities of the police to do what they need to do. And there may also be some immigration offenses as well. So there are many components to this case. So as it continues to unfold, more will surface, and we look at how these men or these criminals, these coastal pirates, will be handled.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
Thursday's World Cup qualifier between Belize and Haiti will proceed as scheduled. That's a decision taken by FIFA following an investigation by a match commissioner who was dispatched to the island nation in the wake of an incident involving the Belize Jaguars. On Monday, when the team arrived in Port-au-Prince, they were held at gunpoint by rebels who descended on their tour bus as it made its way towards their hotel. The standoff between armed bikers and the police escort traumatized the Belizean delegation, and concerns about their safety in the wake of the incident threatened tomorrow's match. After investigating what transpired, notwithstanding the upheaval that has been happening in Haiti, a decision has been made that Team Belize will face Haiti's men's national team at the Sylvia Couture Stadium at 3 p.m. After several weeks of going without a casualty, the Ministry of Health and Wellness has recorded another COVID-19 death. In its daily update, it was noted that there is 1 new confirmed case of the virus, 1 new recovery, and 1 new death. As it stands, the number of active cases has been reduced to 35. With additional information, here is Claudette Dakers-Norales.
Welcome to our COVID-19 daily report for March 24th, 2021. I am Claudette Dakers-Norales. The cutoff time for the data presented in this report is 1 p.m. It includes information reported within the last 24 hours. A total of 541 samples were tested. Out of this, 1 sample has resulted positive for COVID-19. There is 1 new recovery to report. Today, we also report that 1 infected person is hospitalized. We have no one in the intensive care unit and 1 new death to report. The cumulative report we are presenting is from March 2020 when we had our first case. The new total of active cases now stands at 38. These are those persons who have been confirmed and are within the time frame to transmit the virus. To date, 95,541 samples have been tested nationally. Out of this, 12,410 samples have resulted positive for COVID-19. There are 82 individuals newly under investigation. A total of 317 deaths have been reported, but we are pleased to report that there are 12,047 total recoveries. The heat map shows the districts mostly affected. The greatest number of cases is seen in the Cayo district. Cayo district reported 1 new case, with Armenia responsible for that new case. All other districts had no new case. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has started its COVID-19 vaccine campaign countrywide. When it's your turn, we urge you to get vaccinated. We also advise that even after getting vaccinated, persons are to continue wearing a face mask properly in public, maintain consistent physical distancing, avoid social gatherings, and wash and sanitize hands often. Please be safe and stay at home unless conducting essential business. Get vaccinated, Belize.
When we come back, one Belize City organization helping kids to keep up during remote learning gets a helping hand themselves. The smart gift to the YMCA when we return.
Started getting ready for Easter yet? If not, to get the cash you need to hit the road, take a sip, and kick your feet up for your Easter adventures, apply online at quickstoponline.com or head on over to your nearest Quick Stop branch for the cash you need. As a first-time customer, enjoy your holidays with no payments until April. Offer ends March 31st. So let's get you Easter ready with a no-hassle loan from Quick Stop Personal Finance Center.
DG and the National Bank of Belize are proud to partner with the Government of Belize to facilitate the disbursement of Belize COVID-19 cash transfer funds via our safe and easy-to-use mobile pays platform. After getting approval that you will be a beneficiary of the relief funds, you will be informed by SMS when your monthly payment has been deposited to your mobile pays account, which Digistore or National Bank branch you were assigned to, and when you can go in to collect. You must bring along the phone that the notification was sent to in order to present your account number and to receive your validation code and SMS receipt. You must also bring along a valid Social Security card. After your information is verified, you will receive a validation code which you are to give to the agent. The agent will hand over the full amount of funds allotted to you for that month, and you will receive an SMS receipt with a unique number for that transaction. Digi and the National Bank of Belize are committed to the development of innovative services for the benefit of all Belizeans.
Durante la pandemia de la COVID-19, un lugar de trabajo seguro y saludable es un lugar de trabajo mejor. Esto reduce el riesgo de transmisión del virus entre trabajadoras, trabajadores y clientes. Los lugares de trabajo inseguros agravan los problemas durante la pandemia. Aumento de la carga de trabajo, jornadas laborales más largas, aislamiento, violencia doméstica, estrés, ansiedad y depresión. Trabajar de manera segura protege a las personas, permite seguir operando y mantiene a las comunidades saludables. Usted puede hacer la diferencia siguiendo los siguientes pasos: usando máscaras para cubrir boca y nariz, respetando el distanciamiento físico de 6 pies, lavándose las manos con jabón durante al menos 20 segundos, siguiendo instrucciones y señalización de seguridad y salud, quedándose en casa si está enfermo, diciéndolo si no se siente seguro.
It takes all of us to slow the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
Para obtener más información, visite www.covid19.bz. Un mensaje de la Cámara de Comercio e Industria de Belice y el Congreso Nacional de Sindicatos de Belice en colaboración con la Organización Internacional del Trabajo.
At Benquip, we offer a complete line of Honda products featuring the most trusted and reliable line of motorcycles in Belize. For outdoor and marine recreation, we have Polaris ATVs and UTVs, Volvo Pentamarine Solutions, Honda Outboards, and Best Sport Kayaks. When it's time to service your vehicle or equipment, you can find the brands you trust at Benquip. we carry a large inventory of Castrol oils, NGK spark plugs, and a full range of cleaning products from Magic. Get power when you need it with trade winds and Honda generators. For those businesses looking for increased productivity and a safe working environment, our proven and respective line of TCM forklifts will not let you down. We also have trimmers and lawnmowers from Honda and Husqvarna, so you can keep your yard and surroundings properly maintained. So visit Benquip today at 3 miles on the Philip Golson Highway to get the equipment, parts, and service you need.
The country will have to wait for the reading of the budget for the new fiscal year 2021-2022 until April 9th. But today, Area Representative for Belmopan, Oscar Mira, told the Belmopan City Council that it will be difficult. Mira suggested that it will be a tough budget to digest, but he was still hopeful about the months ahead.
There are challenging days ahead of us. We are about to read a budget that we knew was going to be difficult, but believe me, we never thought it would have been that difficult. But we will overcome, and I think that for now we are seeing that the environment in Belize is changing. The pandemic is somewhat, if you notice the daily results of the tests being done, it's steadily going down.
Belmopan Mayor Sharon Palacios says that their initial review of the Belmopan City Council has revealed debts in the millions of dollars, among other mismanagement and irregularities that include the selling of lands just days before the municipal elections in March. Today, Palacios said she believes that what they uncovered may just be the tip of the iceberg. In a press release issued late this evening, the council release outlines unpaid bills to the tune of almost $10 million. Among those debts listed are unpaid bills from the council's regular accounts payable amounting to almost $700,000, a $1.5 million loan with the National Bank of Belize, a $6 million tag for the municipal bond that was issued in 2017. Here are comments from Mayor Palacios earlier today in Belmopan on the state of affairs as inherited by her team.
In days leading up to the election, even up to the 4th of March 2021, a total of so many lots were sold. We have parcel 302, which is in the process of being subdivided into 508 parcels of land. As of 1st March, 303 have been assigned, 17 have been purchased outright, and 21 have been reimbursed, and 6 are pending reimbursement. Philip Golson Boulevard was previously divided into 28 parcels. All but 1 have been sold or traded for works done. Don't ask where the money is. The council owes Social Security, my people, to the tune of $586,604.51. Income tax, $188,691.21. We are actively investigating all loopholes, and I will be the first to admit that we have not uncovered all that we know are there, but we will not rest until every stone is unturned to fix the problems. We must part ways with corrupt individuals and non-committed employees. To those citizens who have gotten lands during the last days leading up to election, you are invited to revisit the council to make things right.
A quick response to a News 5 story a few days ago means one Belize City organization now has some additional funds to keep helping children. Today, SMART handed over a donation and also recommitted to expand its partnership with the YMCA. News 5's Andrea Polanco reports.
Today, the Young Men's Christian Association got a much-needed boost to support the students enrolled in its online school support programs. 2 weeks ago, Executive Director Dr. Clara Cuellar appealed for help. And today, SMART answered with a check.
We heard YMCA's plea about 2 weeks ago on Channel 5, and we decided to make a sponsorship of $1,000 towards their initiatives. They've been doing a fantastic job reaching out to the children in its community, and we hope that our $1,000 may not be a lot, but I know it's going to go a long way for them.
When school lessons were moved online, many students on Farbers Road and surrounding neighborhoods were struggling to get access to devices and consistent internet connection. With the help of donors, the YMCA decided to use its facilities to prevent students from falling behind in their education.
The reason why I like at the YMCA, because at the YMCA the internet not drop.
And when the internet drops for you, how difficult or how hard does it make work for you?
Oh, it makes it very hard because, as I said before, at my home, the internet, all the drop because a lot of people are supposed to use it.
It improved my grades. I never been a top A student, but now much better.
But budget cuts and other constraints pushed the YMCA to tighten its belt on other supporting programs for these students. Dr. Clara Cuellar says that this donation from SMART will be invested in activities to help the children in their development while they're at the YMCA.
Ensuring that we're doing things like kite flying, continuing to feed our program, our students, even though we can't afford a cook anymore. Continuing to make sure they're playing dominoes or chalupa, because as you know we have a large picnic area and enough picnic tables to keep them separate, is very important to the additional work of our service that we provide of education and technology. So this enables us to do those fun things, because none of our students here or their parents have to be concerned about paying a dime at the YMCA. So when private sector steps in, this significant donation helps us to keep going month from month.
SMART also announced its plans to extend its partnership with the institution so that they can expand their course offerings to the target community.
We are starting a new initiative that we have pledged in providing classes or courses in graphic design and in other educational content that will benefit the kids in the community. We hope that our graphic designer can come in the next few weeks to do something similar to that course in providing graphic design to the youths, which surely will be beneficial to them as they get older. The work that they have done to better the Belizean community over the years is evidence from the swimming classes they do to teaching inside their lab, inside a small classroom, but reaching out to those that need the extra assistance, that need the help. It's evident, it's there. And that work only continues to grow as other companies like SMART come to their aid and help where they can.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.
After the break, Belize City youths come together with the police to make some changes to their neighborhood. The cutting-edge story when we return.
Hi, I'm Ashanti. I can't wait to download eCash, a digital payment tool designed to enable users and businesses to conduct transfers, bill payments, and payment for goods and services digitally using mobile phone. Did I mention eCash is powered by Belize Bank? Since I don't have a bank account, eCash will allow me to send and receive money within seconds with my family and friends, so I don't have to worry about how I will send funds without having a bank account. My mom, though, has a bank account at Belize Bank, and she will be able to register using an easy verification process and enjoy higher transactional limits. I don't need to have any documents to register for eCash and only need to answer a couple of questions. The registration process is fast and easy. Finally, even though I'm not 18 as yet, I can start to use the financial system and stop worrying about physical cash. Let me tell you about my daily routine and how eCash will help me to reduce the usage of cash while managing my time and finances efficiently. On my way to work, I usually stop to buy a quick breakfast and coconut water. At work, I'm usually the one who orders lunch for everybody. With eCash powered by Belize Bank, I will now be able to collect payment from my coworkers. And for those who are short on cash, I will be able to send them a request for payment to pay me back. All they need to do is to confirm the amount I sent them. Easy as that. Part of my family lives in Orange Walk, and I sometimes send money to my cousins for their birthdays. Now with eCash, I can transfer funds directly to their eCash wallet. But guess what? They don't even need to be registered. My cousins will receive a text message with a link to download the eCash application. When they finalize the same easy process as I did, they will be surprised with the amount I transferred to them and will be able to take advantage of all the benefits eCash has to offer. When I have exhausted the funds in my eCash wallet, I will need to add new funds at an authorized retailer. I'll show the merchant my personal QR code and advise him of the amount I would like to cash in. Within seconds, funds will be readily available on my eCash wallet. When I turn 18, I will be able to open a bank account and add funds to my own eCash wallet by transferring money directly from my bank account via mobile or online banking. With its convenience and user-friendliness, I'm looking forward to daily using eCash. My coworkers, parents, siblings, and even my grandmother loves the idea. Grandma says all she has to do now is send us money via eCash so that we can purchase everything she needs and she can be safe at home. Next time, I'll invite my mom, who lives in Punta Gorda, to tell you about her experience using QR codes in store with eCash.
Get ready to minimize the use of cash as the future of digital payment starts now, and it's powered by eCash.
A workplace that is healthy and safe protects you and those depending on you at home. Prevent the spread of COVID-19 at work by following these steps. Always practice safe and healthy habits, like keeping your work environment clean and disinfected. Adapt working conditions and methods to reduce the risk of infection. Use personal protective equipment properly at all times. Speak up if you do not feel safe, because your safety and health is the priority. Frontline workers are exposed to a higher risk and need particular attention. Cooperate with and support them.
It takes all of us to stop the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
For more information, visit www.covid19.bz. A message from the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the National Trade Union Congress of Belize in collaboration with the International Labour Organization.
Pelican, the beer of Belize.
Turning over a new leaf is something that Brandon Baptist and his friends have been wanting to do for some time now, and they have been looking for an opportunity to do better for themselves and their family. Together, they came up with an idea to seek the assistance of the police department to acquire a weed whacker and other landscaping equipment. Now, those who know the history of Baptist and the department would tell you that they've not always been on good terms with each other, but they are willing to put aside past differences for the good of the Police Street neighborhood. News 5's Isani Caetano reports.
When Brandon Baptist approached the Belize Police Department for assistance, it wasn't because he needed help addressing a criminal matter. In fact, he realized that there was a dire need for those around him to do something constructive with their time. Many would say that Baptist's past as a gang member precedes him, and would readily write him off as just another lawbreaker. But in the spirit of giving second chances, a partnership with the department is creating an opportunity that he intends to capitalize on.
I just made a big day instead of the police call and they harass the car with the hangout and then I just beg them to tell her, assist with tally machine, or at least something, make we do something then.
The idea is that Baptist and his friends will assume the responsibility of cleaning up their neighborhood.
We believe that the employment that centers around at-risk youths can decrease these youths' in likelihood in being on the streets and involvement in gang-related violence or criminal behavior. We also believe that it can also help them to develop that sense of responsibility, and it's a form of financial incentive for them. I see today as a good day, a good example of how the business community can collaborate with us.
Upon learning of the initiative, Dr. Richard Rosado, who heads Eastern Division, turned to Universal Hardware and pitched the idea of working with these young men to improve their situation.
This site has us make I feel good, Chet. Because I think that they say why they say no, my vision where I always want. I think that they see it now. Understand me? So like, cause everything will happen, that Baptist said was called upon, but now that they see what happen, right? That another type of people, I mean, check. I want to continue this, I do this right wrong around my era. Understand me? I don't trouble nobody and I don't expect nobody to trouble me, because I'm not into trouble. Understand me? So I don't mind go wrong. I do my duty, do what I'm supposed to do, what I want to do.
This afternoon, a weed walker was handed over to Baptist. Similar assistance will also be offered to at-risk youths across Belize City.
We believe that if these at-risk youth want to change, we will extend our hand to them. And we are going to the different community, the different neighborhoods, meeting the different gangs to see how best we can collaborate in changing their life around.
I really appreciate thanks Mr. Gamboa, thanks Mr. Rosado, understand me? Mr. Chester, try to help me out the best way he could too. Really thanks for that, man. Understand me? This site has us make I feel good, Jet.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
A man who was shot in the neck outside the Raccoon Street Police Station by a police officer while he tried to escape from their custody on Saturday has come forward claiming this account is inaccurate. Ryan Foster told News 5 today that contrary to what Senior Superintendent Alberto Romero said on Monday's newscast, he did not attempt to escape. He says he was not under arrest, nor was he handcuffed. Foster claims he was freely leaving the police station after a stop and search operation on Holy Emmanuel Street yielded nothing incriminating. He said he and a taxi driver were allowed to wash their hands, and he was about to leave when an officer yelled at him and told him to stop or he would shoot. That was when Foster said he felt the stinging blow in his cheek and neck and realized he had been shot. He claims it was the same officer who had taken him to the KHMH for treatment after a previous offense last year. Police have begun a criminal and an internal investigation and have detained the officer who shot Foster on the grounds that the investigation is showing he used excessive force. Foster says that he is considering taking legal action against the police department. Coming up, some welcome news for parents as Cabinet approves the return to school plan. Find out when children of all ages can be back at their real desks after the break.
Want to leave a lasting impact when you travel? Then travel locally. Make memories to treasure for a lifetime while making a difference. Make protected areas your next travel destination. With over 25 protected areas under the APAMO umbrella, the possibilities for adventure and education are endless. You can bond with friends and family while trekking through the jungles to discover natural pools and breathtaking views. Or take that snorkeling trip to the magnificent world of coral gardens and marine life. Then camp under the stars to end off that perfect day in nature. By visiting protected areas, you are helping to preserve valuable plant and animal life. You're building local communities and you're keeping our natural and cultural heritage alive. You have that power. Travel locally and make an impact. We invite you to visit a protected area near you and discover the beauty of Belize's wild places. APAMO, the voice of Belize's protected areas.
Un lugar de trabajo seguro y saludable protege a usted y a los suyos en su hogar. Todos debemos implicarnos y cumplir con las medidas para prevenir el contagio del virus. En el lugar de trabajo, practique siempre hábitos seguros y saludables y mantenga los lugares de trabajo limpios y desinfectados. Adapte las condiciones y métodos de trabajo para reducir el riesgo de contagio. Utilice correctamente y en todo momento el equipo de protección personal. Si no se siente seguro, dígalo. Su seguridad y salud es la prioridad. Los trabajadores de primera línea están expuestos a un mayor riesgo y necesitan una atención especial. Coopere y apóyelos.
It takes all of us to stop the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
Para obtener más información, visite www.covid19.bz. Un mensaje de la Cámara de Comercio e Industria de Belice y el Congreso Nacional de Sindicatos de Belice, en colaboración con la Organización Internacional del Trabajo.
Hello. Okay, sure, I'll be there. Hello?
Hi, Mommy. When are you coming home? I really miss you.
Hearing the voice of our loved ones can always lift our spirits and make us feel whole again. With Smart's Twice as Nice promotion, prepaid customers who make 5 minutes worth of national calls on Sundays can enjoy 50% off. Top double on all national calls for the rest of the day. Call your loved ones and enjoy half off all day long. Smart, bringing people together.
Students at various levels of academic life will finally begin returning to their classrooms on April 12th. But not everyone goes back at once. That's the date that has been set by the Ministry of Education for schools to begin reopening after a year of closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. On Tuesday, Cabinet approved a plan from the ministry for a phased return to face-to-face instruction in schools across the country. The announcement comes amid a series of negotiations between the Briceño administration and the joint unions regarding a proposed salary cut for teachers and public officers. Also presented during yesterday's cabinet meeting was an update from government's union's budget consultation team and its intent to continue further discussions on the way forward. As Women's Month is coming to an end, the Belize Coast Guard is hosting a series of activities to highlight the roles that women play in its organization. There are currently around 50 women enlisted in varying capacities, some holding senior positions within this law enforcement agency. Acting Commandant Gregory Sabaranis explains.
These are strong women, resilient women, women of purpose, women of vision, and women of destiny. And we take pride in the fact that we have strong women in the Coast Guard, and they contribute significantly to the overall success of this organization at different levels. In fact, the current acting Vice Commandant is Lieutenant Commander Pinello, or adjutant, Lieutenant Junior Grade Reyes. And of course, we have other females officers, Lieutenant Bellini, Lieutenant, we have Ensign Jones, Ensign Welch, all strong women. We have special mothers as well.
Today, the wives of the Coast Guard men were also honored for their contribution to the overall success of the organization. Commander Gregory Sabaranis explains.
Many times our men are at sea and their wives are at home, manning the fort at home. And so today we honor them as honorary Coast Guard women because they contribute to the overall success of the organization and with the support that they provide to their husbands. So we wanted to demonstrate that we value and appreciate what they do for their husbands and for this organization. The Coast Guard is a family, and we are keen on celebrating family. And so today we honor the wives of our men, and we say to them, thank you for your service as well.
Other activities include a visit to the Kobe Foundation and a Women's Leadership Symposium to be held on Friday. The newly appointed Mexican Naval Attaché to Belize, Captain Freddy Ruben Perez Castillo, met with the Minister of National Defense and Border Security, Florencio Marin Jr., today in Belmopan. The minister and the Mexican naval leader pledged to continue strengthening the good relationship of cooperation between the two countries and to maintain open lines of communication. Present at the meeting was retired Brigadier General Dario Tapia, Chief Executive Officer in the ministry. Belize celebrated World Tuberculosis Day today. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, last year Belize had 72 cases of TB. 24 were females and 48 were males. The districts most affected are Belize, Cayo, and Stan Creek. The age groups most affected were between the ages 15 to 54 years of age, following the same trend as seen in previous years. The National TB Program of the Ministry of Health and Wellness continues to engage in the following activities as part of the TB reduction strategy, which includes improving methods for early case detection and diagnosis, as well as effective drug supply and management. Efforts continue to be supported during these difficult times of the pandemic amidst economic recovery. According to the World Health Organization, global efforts to combat TB have saved an estimated 63 million lives since the year 2000. There's more news after the break, so stay tuned.
Want to leave a lasting impact when you travel? Then travel locally. Make memories to treasure for a lifetime while making a difference. Make protected areas your next travel destination. With over 25 protected areas under the APAMO umbrella, the possibilities for adventure and education are endless. You can bond with friends and family while trekking through the jungles to discover natural pools and breathtaking views. Or take that snorkeling trip to the magnificent world of coral gardens and marine.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, a safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace. It reduces the risk of infecting workers and visitors. An unhealthy workplace makes problems that are common to a pandemic even worse, such as increased workloads, longer working hours, isolation, domestic violence, stress, anxiety, and depression. On the other hand, a healthy workplace protects people, allows businesses to continue operations, and keeps communities healthy. You can do your part by following these steps. Wear a mask that covers your mouth and nose. Stay at least 6 feet away from others. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Look out for and follow all safety instruction signs. Stay at home and away from others if you feel ill. Speak up if you do not feel safe.
It takes all of us to slow the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
For more information, visit www.covid19.bz. A message from the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the National Trade Union Congress of Belize in collaboration with the International Labour Organization.
Research on the impact of COVID-19 infection on pregnant women is limited. Right now, pregnant women are at higher risk of severe illness than the general population. Pregnancy can affect the way a woman's body handles respiratory infections. If you are pregnant, protect yourself against COVID-19. Wash hands frequently using soap and water for at least 40 seconds. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizer if soap and water are not available. Cover cough or sneeze with tissue and throw used tissue in a bin. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces such as doorknobs, counters, phones, and tablets. Practice physical distancing. Work from home if possible. Avoid contact with anyone who has fever, cough, and cold or flu-like symptoms. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth without first washing your hands with soap and water. If you have fever, cough, and feel extra tired, call 0800-MOH-CARE. Help keep Belize safe.
Es un hecho que puedes obtener servicios ilimitados con Smart. ¿Cansado de que se corte la línea cuando más necesitas estar conectado? Es un hecho que cuando te suscribes al plan de Smart Plus, obtienes llamadas, textos y datos ilimitados. Y también es un hecho que te puedes suscribir con un grupo de 5 miembros al plan Smart Share y hasta 40 miembros al plan Smart Enterprise para llamadas, textos y datos ilimitados. Smart tiene los verdaderos planes ilimitados. Es un hecho. Sé Smart y vive de forma Smart.
Prevenir el contagio de la COVID-19 requiere que los negocios de todos los tamaños y sectores den máxima prioridad a la seguridad y salud en el trabajo. Los gerentes y empleados deben realizar evaluaciones de riesgos para identificar áreas y procedimientos que ponen en peligro las vidas y los negocios. 6 pasos para crear un lugar de trabajo seguro y saludable. 1. Identificar posibles fuentes de transmisión de virus. 2. Determinar quién podría estar infectado y cómo podría infectarse. 3. Discutir y decidir las medidas de prevención y control. 4. Implementar, comunicar y testear medidas. 5. Asegurar que el equipamiento de protección es adecuado para cada situación. 6. Mantener registros, revisar medidas y actualizarlas cuando sea necesario.
We must all do our part to slow the spread. A safe and healthy workplace is a better workplace.
Para obtener más información, visite www.covid19.bz. Un mensaje de la Cámara de Comercio e Industria de Belice y el Congreso Nacional de Sindicatos de Belice, en colaboración con la Organización Internacional del Trabajo.
It's been a year of lockdowns, losses, and separation from loved ones. As life slowly begins to return to normal, Channel 5 invites you and your family to join us on TV, Facebook, or YouTube for a News 5 special report From Panic to Pandemic, COVID-19 a year later. We look back at the people, the events, and the struggle Belizeans will never forget. Thursday, March 25th at 8 p.m. right here on Channel 5.
land borders are still closed, and those traditional vacation trips to tourism destinations in Mexico are off the table. But as we found out today, Belizeans are taking advantage of the great deals to increase domestic tourism. So much so that some popular areas across the country are completely booked out for next week.
Time is running out for you to book with hotels and resorts across the country as the Easter holidays are a little over a week away. And from what we found out, resorts in top tourism destinations in the south are fully booked.
And surprisingly, many of them, actually 50% of them, are fully booked for the Easter. I mean, it's a long-awaited thing that we have been waiting for. All the ones in Hopkins, all the hotels in Placencia, most of them are full. The ones in San Pedro are telling me they have 10 or 11 rooms available, but I am sure that before the Easter they're going to be full. So I'm encouraging Belizeans, don't wait until the end of this week to make your reservation. If you're planning to travel for the Easter break, you got to call now. But during this time, they're also venturing into the mountains. They're going to Mountain Pine Ridge. They're going into Cayo area, going the archaeological sites. So I think Belizeans are seeing where is the best deal. So we have encouraged our hoteliers, extend your best deal right now. And this is the time to capitalize. The numbers do taper down after the Easter, but at least for this week, we're going to feel the pre-COVID conditions numbers that we saw last year, 2019.
Belizeans love traveling to the Keys for the extended holiday, and there are already increased scheduled runs for water taxis. Chairlady of the Keycaulker Village Council, Selene Villanueva Putt, says that rooms are quickly being filled.
The more high-end hotels, they're booked out, and they're booked out for the weekend. I know of maybe 3 or 4 that are really filled up. Some of them are at about a few others are at about 80%, and then we have the lower end ones that are maybe at about 50%. Another one told me they're only doing walk-ins, and it's only going to be for maybe 2 nights or more. And they're saying that they don't want to fill up the room this time. They want to only do 50% occupancy rate because of the COVID. But we are beginning to see more life on the island.
It's exactly 1 year since the tourism industry was shut down as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. March 24th, 2020 was the final day tourists were allowed to return to their countries of origin through the Philip Goldson International Airport. Since then, domestic tourism has been the lifeblood of the industry.
Many hotels were completely closed. Up to today, we have 530 hotels that have completed their gold standard, who can operate and receive guests. And we encourage every hotel to complete their gold standards. As you know, we had been lobbying for many things, that the curfew is lifted from 8 to 10, that they allow servicing of restaurants. The government has been working with us. And one of the things that we told them, at this moment, Belize is not ready to go outside of Belize, or Belizeans to go to Chetumal or Cancun, because of we don't know how they're controlling the virus over there. We know that we are doing a great job in Belize. We have very limited numbers. So we thought, why don't we maintain the borders closed until after Easter, if anything, and open it after Easter only for international tourists. The government has listened to us, and surprisingly, it's paying dividends. Yeah. The hotels in Belize are full. And if you look at it, for the first time, it's going to be a record number of Belizeans actually staying in hotels in Belize.
Tejada and Villanueva Putt, however, are asking Belizeans to keep safe and practice social distancing even as they're out celebrating the Easter holidays.
What we do encourage, even though we're traveling, the numbers are very low. We must abide by the rules. Social distancing, cleaning of your hands, wearing of the masks. These are things that we must abide if we are going to return back to where we were 2019.
We've been in consultation from last week with the police, and we know for sure we will have extra police for next weekend. I've been told right off the bat there will be no question we're having extra police, and I said, well, no problem. I don't know what crowd we should anticipate, but I believe we should prepare by all means, no? We will have Coast Guard on standby, and I know Belize Port Authority will be doing their normal water surveillance around the areas.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at News 5 Live. I'm Marlene Cuellar. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.